Hello and welcome to round 5 of the World Supertech Series from the A1-Ring in Austria, and this is race 1 of our highlights package in conjunction with the Touring Pro Series and RaceDepartment.com. And Jack Keithley was on pole with James Johnson alongside him on the front row of the grid, with Florian Strauss and David Junt on row 2. Ben Tusting and Jesper Talborg were behind them on row 3, with Chris Butcher and Ben Davis on the 4th row of the grid, and Nikola Ilovanov and Sergio Perez rounded out the top 10. So as the field head towards the start-finish line, and they wait for the green flag on the formation lap to signal the start of the race where racing can begin. And we've got Jack Keithley on the right and James Johnson on the left, and they're waiting for the signal. And there it goes, and we're away in the first race, and Rasmus Sala gets a good getaway in the background. Sergio Perez goes to block him, but in the front of the field Jack Keithley's made a good start, and it's James Johnson following him, so it's status quo at the front. Jesper Talborg's at the inside there as well, and Ben Davis making a move, and Sergio Perez is around, and he's trying to rejoin as well, and he's crashed into the barrier and lost his bonnet, so he's going to have to catch the pack up fairly swiftly if he wants to make any progress in this race. We've got Chris Butcher here battling with David Junt and Ben Tusting. Junt's outbraked himself and gone off the track, and that's allowed Chris Butcher and Ben Tusting to get through, and Butcher's still on the back of Tusting. Junt is fighting back, trying to get back past Butcher, but Butcher's got that one covered, and he's now going to try and make a move on Tusting. He's going to have to brake a little bit later than the Englishman. Goes up the inside, a little bit of contact on the way through, and Butcher makes the move stick, and in fact Tusting loses another position as well as a result of that, but nothing untoward. It was just a bit brave, and the move came off. So it's Keithley, Johnson, Strauss, Talborg, Tusting, Butcher, Salo, Davis, and in the background there Sergio Perez coming through as well. Here's Ilovanov, and we're on board with Wayne Morgan, and Ilovanov made a little mistake at the first corner there, and Wayne Morgan has managed to get back past through and take the position away from him. And as they cross the line, look how tight it is. That's Vinnari and David Junt battling away as well, and here we are with those two, and Vinnari, look at his early turn-in style. Does leave him a little bit vulnerable on the exit of corners, and David Junt's trying to go on the cutback, take the position away from him. They're 2x2 in front as well, Ilovanov and Wayne Morgan having a battle, and Junt is on the inside of Vinnari now for the tight right-hander, and he's going to have to brake a little bit later, and takes the position away from Jari. So good move by David. He set that one up a long time ago, and takes the position away. And his next target is Nikola Ilovanov. We're on lap 4 now, and Ilovanov in 10th position. So David Junt trying to take that position away from him. It looks like he's got a better run. He's going up the inside and there's a fast right-hander, and lucky that Ilovanov saw him there. Ilovanov on the outside, so he just needs to make the apex of the final corner. He could have a run. In fact, he misses the apex and runs a little bit wide. It'll leave him vulnerable to Vinnari here. So Vinnari in the slipstream, looking for a way past Ilovanov. He's on the inside as they head towards turn 1. It's a tight right-hander, so Vinnari has the higher ground here, and he's going through on the inside of Ilovanov, who nearly loses the back end and takes the position away. So Vinnari making progress as well. Here's Wayne Morgan and Rob Musgrove battling away, and they're battling over 9th and 10th position, and that's Musgrove running a little bit wide at the first corner, and Wayne Morgan taking advantage of that and taking the position away from him. So Morgan making good progress. He's already disposed of David Junt as well, so he moves up the field. Here's Ben Tusting and Jesper Talborg. Talborg behind Tusting now, looking for a way past. Is Ben Tusting up the inside. He goes into the second corner. Talborg on the outside. There's a little bit of contact there, but nothing untoward, and Tusting takes the position away from Jesper Talborg. Plenty of room on the exit there for Talborg, and Tusting defending now into the next corner. He's on the inside. Talborg looking for a way past, trying to make his way back past the Englishman. There's no way through there for the Danishman. Here's Chris Butcher and Rasmus Salo, who's made good progress from the back of the field after a disappointing qualifying session, and Butcher's outbraked himself, and Salo nips at the inside and takes the position away, and that's Ben Davis in the background in the yellow Mercedes as well, waiting for maybe one of these two to make a mistake. It could be possible. It's Chris Butcher after all, and we saw just now he's made a little bit of a mistake and run wide. Here's David Junt nipping up the inside of Rob Musgrove, who's run wide, and Musgrove a little bit tardy there and missed the apex, and up through goes David Junt. Here's Chris Butcher, and as I was saying, he's prone to making mistakes, and he loses it on the exit, and Ben Davis a little bit of a twitch as well, and that puts Butcher behind Davis. And if you remember at A1-Ring, they had a bit of an unnecessary battle, and it might resume once again. Here is Butcher and Davis, and so we've got Butcher trying to cut back on Davis. Davis squeezing him for all he's worth onto the inside of the track. Butcher back into the slipstream, and now Davis has made his one allowed move, and he's on the inside for the corner. Butcher on the outside. Davis squeezes him to the edge of the track, and Butcher trying to do a cutback, taps the back of Davis's car there, but Butcher's still cutting back, and there's contact between the two. You don't want that in a straight line. Davis on the inside now. Butcher having to cut back once again. This has been a move he's been setting up for a while, and Davis actually gets the better exit from there, so retains the position. So at the front it's still Keithley from Johnson, with Strauss in third, Tusting in fourth, and Jesper Talborg catching these few up in fifth place, and Rasmus Salo in sixth. Here's Davis and Butcher in seventh and eighth. Lap 10 now, and Butcher still looking for a way past. He feints a move, and Davis has run wide as well, and Butcher's not giving him any room at all, and Butcher takes the position away from Davis, but Davis will want to take that back as soon as possible, and there's a tight right-hander coming up here. Davis looking for a way on through on the inside. Butcher just giving him room in time. Davis has lost the back end. They're both into the gravel, and there was nearly humongous contact between the two, and that's allowed Wayne Morgan and David Yunt to get through, and Davis is straight back onto the back of Butcher, and is going to be sniffing around looking for a way past. Here's a replay. So Butcher squeezes him through just on the dip. Davis loses it under braking. Nearly got it gathered up, but they both drifted wide into the gravel, and lucky to get going again, really. So now we've got Morgan, Yunt, Butcher and Davis, and Yunt's very close in behind Morgan. He's looking for a way through into the first corner, and he's going up the inside of Wayne Morgan, and Morgan sweeps around the outside. He's not having any of that, but Yunt's still on the tarmac looking for a way through, and Butcher's drafting the pair of them. Can't decide which one to go through. He's chosen to go through the middle of them, and Davis sniffing around as well. Butcher takes Yunt. Is he going up the inside of Morgan as well? This will be a very good double move if he makes this one stick. And then oh no, it's forward press, and Davis has lost it in the background. Maybe a little bit of contact with Butcher there, but Davis loses the back end. It's unfortunate. That was a four-way battle very briefly, but now it's Morgan ahead of Yunt, who's making a move back past Butcher after Butcher's move earlier in the lap, and takes the position away from Butcher once again. Morgan's still ahead of the pair of them. Here's a replay of what happened to Ben Davis. So under braking, he chose the inside line, tried to go behind Butcher. No, he's lost it all by himself, overcorrected. It's a rookie error that, and he'll be disappointed with that one. Dropped him back from that battle, and a shame for him. Here's Butcher and Yunt, and they're still battling away, look. And Butcher's looking for a way through on the inside, just over that dip. You can lose the back end so easily. Butcher gets into the side of Yunt, and they both lose the rear end. And now trying to rejoin the track. And actually, Butcher gives the position back to Yunt. He knows that he was there was a little bit of contact going on there, but they both lost the rear end. A shame for them. That was lining up to be quite a good battle. Here's the front four, and they're all very tightly packed. It's Keithley, Johnson, Strauss, and Ben Tusting. And Strauss ahead of Ben Tusting at the minute, but Tusting looking for a way through. He goes up the inside, and he's going up the inside of Johnson as well. A great double move if he pulls this one off. And he does so. So Tusting later on the brakes. James Johnson looking to cut him back, but it's a left-hander coming up. Tusting on the brakes takes two of them at once. Excellent move there. And here's another replay of that. So Tusting on the brakes goes very late. Lucky that Johnson saw him, in fact, and sweeps past the pair of them and takes the position away. Excellent from Ben Tusting. Opportunistic, you'd have to say as well. Back with the leaders once again. Keithley, Tusting. James Johnson is in third place, and Florian Strauss in fourth, and Tusting looking for a way past our series leader at the minute, and he's going up the inside of Keithley and takes the position away. Keithley might be able to cut him back, but Tusting having none of that, and he's got the overlap as well and takes the position away from Jack Keithley. So Ben Tusting looking for his first win of the season, moves up into first position. Here's Chris Butcher, and he's lost it. He's into the barrier. Lost the rear end on the exit of the final corner, and he drops back behind Ben Davis as a result. Shame for him. He's been in the wars this race so far. It's Tusting, Keithley, Johnson, and Florian Strauss. They're all in a line, and here's Johnson looking for a way past Keithley as well. Keithley looks like he's lost a bit of grip or something here, and Johnson's going up the inside of Keithley, but two Mercedes next to each other, and takes the position away. and Johnson moves into second position as a result. Keithley down to the third. He'll be looking to minimise the damage. There's Chris Butcher on 3 wheels trying to make it through to the end of the race. He's obviously lost a wheel somewhere. On to the final lap now then, so it's Strauss looking for a way past. He goes at the inside and he's trying to take the position away. In fact, he looks like he's got that one made as well, so he moves up a position as a result. An excellent move there from Florian Strauss, but our race 1 winner was Ben Tusting, and he's taken it away from James Johnson, taking the lead away, and takes the win. And it's going to be about who is going to be in third position here. It's a battle between Strauss and Jack Keithley. Let's cut back to them. Here they are, and Florian Strauss a very twitchy rear end, and Jack Keithley looking for a way past as well. Keithley, if he wants to maintain his championship lead, needs to be getting podiums regularly, and Strauss has lost the rear end of his car, and into the final couple of corners he just about gets it gathered up, but he gets passed by Tauborg. Sarlo as well goes through, and also Jack Keithley. So Strauss has lost 3 positions there, all in that one move. A very big shame, and David Yunt does the same, and Ben Davis is coming through the final corners as well. They'd be lucky to avoid David Yunt, does so just about, and on the pit straight takes the position away from David, so David will be disappointed with that. But the race 1 winner was Ben Tusting, with James Johnson in second position. Jack Keithley in the end taking that position away from Florian Strauss in third. Jesper Tauborg was fourth. Rasmus Sarlo snuck through past Florian as well to take fifth. Strauss was in sixth. Wayne Morgan was in 7th position, with Ben Davis, David Yunt and Rob Musgrove in 8th, 9th and 10th positions respectively. Join us again for race 2. We'll see you shortly.